What's good, guys? Chosen One here, and I'm back with another video. Today I wanted to talk about how most human beings lack the ability to think for themselves. The main reason this is happening is because of mass media. Back in the day, it was mostly on the radio. The old heads, they had to go through it on the radio. Our generation is going through it through social media and digital media and YouTube videos like this one. I'm not going to say like this one because I'm trying to open up something in your head that allows you to think for yourself. But most YouTube videos are what? It's brain rot, quite literally brain rot, used to detriment your mind. They also had to go through magazines, but back on topic, these things, they all teach you how to think as what's being put into your brain. If they get to you through television, let's say they make a TV show about like Baby Boy, for example, how the his mom replaced him with her husband and shows him over her son. That's now being a vision in your head, and now subconsciously you're believing that, and it's going to appear in your reality subconsciously because you're observing it through this radio station. Why is there a radio in every car? Uh you're listening to the radio. You're listening to this rappers that are doing the same thing, projecting an image that came from their mind into yours. You're not thinking for yourself. Another thing, one second. Another thing, mass media, they use materialism to get to you. The reason when I say materialism, when you grow up, you see rappers flexing chains, you see them flexing cars, you see them flexing money. As a kid, because mostly kids are consuming this data, they're programming into your head that your value is as worth as the money they gave you, the green dollar, the change they make you wear. They want you to believe that this is success. That when you can flex your necklace, your chain, when you have rings, diamond rings, grills, that they are telling you, well, they're trying to tell a vision that this is successful. Um, when in reality, all of these things, just like this, is targeting the root chakra. All of these things, because when you want these things, you're living in a state of desire down here. This is a low frequency. Every time damn, I wish I had a chain right now. Damn, I wish I had a car, that expensive car. Damn, I wish I had $1 million. You're vibrating from this chakra 125, a low frequency. Now, when you're in this state of thinking, first of all, you're never gonna get this shit. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And secondly, you're easy to control. Like I was just going over the mass media. If they target everybody to this chakra right here, if they know majority of the people are vibrating from these chakras, they now subconsciously know how to get to you in the mass media. Even if not everybody thinks like that, majority of the people do think like that. So because of that, they're gonna push that into the radio, the television, and now subconsciously you want a fucking diamond chain, you want a new car just to compete with other males instead of learning how to liberate your mind and accessing true freedom up here. Another thing they do, even in the food we eat, we don't really like these things. Nobody fucking likes McDonald's the way they think they do. Nobody likes Coca-Cola like the way they think they do. Red is the most attractive color it is. It's a seductive color. When you look at red, it makes you, I'm not going to say it makes you horny, but something in your primal brain turns on and it makes you desire. That's why the most leading fast food businesses use red. They all use red. Not all of them, but majority of them use red because once again, targeting your root chakra so you crave it more. Now when you eat these foods, you're now being poisoned. It's not even mass media at this point. Now, like every generation, it gets worse and worse. Now it's in your bloodstream. Now it's literally like a drug. You're gonna be craving McDonald's, and then you wash that shit down with a Coca-Cola, hella sugar, all types of bad stuff. Now, I'm not saying you can't have a Big Mac every blue moon, but people eat this shit every single day. They don't eat high vibrational foods, and then they lie to themselves and tell themselves they're okay when that's not the case. And then they teach you guys to chase instant gratification. Back then, it was movies called booty calls, shit like this, glorifying women bodies, so men continue to chase that. On the women's side, now it's with the sexy red, telling women to use men for money and just have sex and have men be eaters, X, Y, and Z. Then it was like I just went over. It's in the food, the fast food. Now for the new generation, it's in the brain rot content. This is what the toddlers watch now. This is what the middle schoolers are into now. Brain rot. It's essentially nothing. It's just what it is. Brain rot. It has no meaning. It's just all of this, just in a different form. If your kid is worried about brain rot content, he's not going to be doing these right here. He's not going to be working out. He's not going to be meditating. He's not going to be sun or moon gazing. He's not going to be playing healthy sports. You know why? Because why would I do that when I could turn on my tablet and I could get fucking Trala doo doo, whatever the fuck this nigga's called. When I could worry about all this, why would I be worried about bettering my life if I could just get this? You know. Now I'm gonna tell you guys how to get out of this cycle. The first thing you must do is you must replace the old with the new. What I mean by that is, instead of eating fast food, eat something healthy. Learn what fruits and vegetables have high vibration. Once you figure that out, you are now blessing your temple. When you bless your temple, it will bless you. Your temple will never bless you when you're consuming all of this content, whether subconsciously or consciously, it doesn't matter. Your subconscious only says yes, it doesn't have armor. That's what the ego is for. When you listen to music, when you watch these things, they get you in a trance, a state of mind to where it's like your ego is down. So all of this is being transpired into your mental state. Back to the mass media. It's your ego is down and it's allowing all this to get into your mental state. Now these are healthy habits to replace it with. Instead of worrying about fucking booty calls. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Porn. Stay away from that. That's the worst thing you could do. The main reason, but I'm gonna get into the habits in a second. I really want to go over this though, especially if you're young. If you're young, stay away from this. If you feel horny, go talk to a girl and navigate it like that, or don't navigate it at all. Learn how to transmute it upwards and put that energy into growing something. Um, so the issue with this is, at first you might be thinking, oh, it's just it's porn. We used to do it. Nah, you'll start small, like in terms of you'll like something vanilla. After you like vanilla, your brain is going to get used to it. Human brains are no, they're created in a way that it gets bored of something when it sees it too much. So when you're constantly watching the same thing, your brain is subconsciously going to keep pushing you to look at more and more and more, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And then it's going to get to a point so where you see women as objects, first of all, so you're never going to get a wife, you're never going to get a girlfriend because you just see them as something to have sex with. Secondly, the only thing that's going to arouse you is intense things that aren't normal, things that we really shouldn't glorify. And in the process of it, you're going to be enjoying it all. The only time you're gonna not enjoy it is when you bust, and then afterwards you're gonna have post nut clarity and be like, damn, why'd I do that? Then in 30 minutes you're gonna want to do it again. This is the most detrimental cycle to do. This is going to fuck up everything for you. Even if you don't do it in public, everything in the dark comes to light. People will see it on your aura. People will see the way you lust after women on the outside, and ultimately you're just gonna go down the bad path. Now back to the healthy habits to replace things with. Meditation. This is the most important. Turn your phones off and learn how to meditate with no sounds, no frequencies, or none of that. Excuse me. There's nothing wrong with frequencies and listening to binaural beats and stuff, but I want you to learn how to sit with yourself. I want you to learn how to just sit in silence with yourself and just your brain. I want you to view each thought as it's passing by, and I want you to observe it, whether it's a good thought or a bad thought. I just want you to look at it, observe it. Don't move at all. Just observe it. Practice on your breath work. When you go outside, I want you to look at the sun. The sun is the highest food source. You need that energy. Look at the sun, look at the moon. These are the blessings we have been blessed with on this earth. They give. The moon enhances your psychic ability. The sun enhances your physical ability. I want you to start going into sports. I want you to go into some local sports where you can connect with other people. Whether it's join a football team, a soccer team, or a baseball team, or a basketball team, you could do combat sports, BJJ, boxing. Just do something to where you're with other people and you could build human connection. With all these softwares, with all this technology, we're losing the ability to talk to each other in the physical realm because we have a black screen to look at for hours. Lift weights, take care of your body. This is a part of the process. My fault. This is a part of the process. Lifting weights, working out. These are all healthier habits that your body will bless you with will bless you if you continue to do this consistently. I'm telling you, trust me on this. If you do all these things consistently, first of all, you're gonna look at this and you're gonna physically gag. You're gonna want to throw up because you'll see how low you were when once you get up here. You're gonna look and be like, damn, why was I doing all that? And your body, your temple, because you blessed it, you're gonna be blessed back. Your simple can't bless you if you're eating hot dogs, fucking cheeseburgers, and fried chicken all day. It won't ever bless you with that. Now, I already went over this, but I'm gonna go over it again. Your subconscious mind. This is the most valuable thing you have. Stop letting people manipulate you into poisoning your subconscious mind. If you're in the car with somebody, get wired earbuds. And what I want you to do, and this may seem extreme to others, but I'm telling you right now, just driving in the car with somebody every single day, if you don't have your own car, them listening to low vibrational music, no matter how strong you think you are, that shit is going to get into your subconscious mind. Now, when it's in your subconscious mind, then this cycle starts repeating again. Whether you're conscious of it or not, this cycle starts repeating again. And as that cycle is repeating, your subconscious mind is now guarding that detrimental behavior because you're being fed that content. You want to replace that content with this. So if you're in a car with somebody and you don't have a choice but to listen to it because ultimately it's their car, get some wired earbuds. Not the wireless ones, that's bad for your brain as well. Get wired earbuds. They still make them. They make them for the new phones with USB-C. Get wired earbuds. Plug it up. Play some high vibrational music, some love songs, some high vibrational music, something like just something that puts you in a genuine good mood, something that moves your frequency up here instead of being in anger and fucking shame, talking about fucking hoes and shooting people. You don't want to be in that. You don't want to be in that sense. You don't want to be in that reality. That's terrible. Be aware of what your subconscious mind is consuming, as this determines your life. It's not an easy process. I'm still learning myself. This shit's hard as hell. I'm gonna be real, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be worth it in the end. This will always be worth more than this. It's never a competition. The universe is gonna constantly send people like this at you, and if you fail one time, you gotta build back up. And what I mean by that is, I don't mean if you fuck up one time, you gotta start from ground zero. What I'm saying is, let's say you give into a lustful temptation here down here. Let's say you bust. After you bust, now you gotta wait another week for your semen to start regenerating again. You have to build this process up back up here. The best way to not get up here is to not entertain this. Your family members may be down here. Your friends may be down here. It doesn't matter. Let them sink. You must fly up. You must do what's good for you. I'm going through this myself with my family. Everybody cares about physical, but nobody even acknowledges the mystical. Everybody wants to eat bad. Nobody wants to care for their soul. And I'm going through a lot with it. I don't want to get into it too much, but it's a bad cycle to go through, and it's hard. But I'm trusting myself. I'd rather, this may be extreme, but I'd rather lose my life if I can't vibrate up here. If I don't get it my way, then I'd rather fucking go on a highway and die. That's my way of thinking. You don't gotta think like that. You could find the middle ground. If that works for you, do what works for you. I'm just telling you my experience, but there's going to be a lot of targets. There's going to be a lot of people sent to knock you down, sent to, they're the snake. And the snake, like the Bible, the snake is going to tempt you to eat the apple and to indulge again. Or you could use the snake to catapult up, to use your energy and move it up. I'm going to tell you both sides of the snake. A lot of people think, this is all script, but I thought about it. The snake, they always treat it as if it's a bad thing because it tempts you to eat the apple. It tempts Eve to eat the apple. But let's say you ignore the snake. Let's say, nah, I'm going to love. I'm going to be joyful. I'm going to be peaceful. Now you're using the snake to catapult your own mental state. You see what I'm saying? The snake itself isn't bad. It's just the perception of it that makes it bad. If you give into it, then you're ultimately the bad thing. The snake just gave you the option to pick X or Z, or X, Y, and Z, left or right. You picking the bottom part instead of the top part. That's your issue. That's not the snake's fault. The snake tempts you, but if you think the snake is evil, that's ultimately a projection of your own mind, because if you let the snake tempt you to eat the apple, then ultimately you're at fault, not the snake. If you use the snake and say, nah, I'm going to do my own thing, I'm going to vibrate from love, joy, peace, enlightenment, you're ultimately using the snake to catapult your own growth. I hope this video helped you. If you have any questions, be sure to leave it in the comments below. I'm open to have discussions. I'm open to answer any questions. I love you all. Have a great life.